top 10 titles in Western Contour English and Driving. In December 2009, Mr. Garland was named as the top contender for the prestigious USEF Equestrian of the Year Award and honored with the coveted Barbara Oathford Trophy, which is awarded by the USEF to the year's best rider in the Western discipline. Today, Tommy Garland will be presenting You've Been Whispering But Your Horse Isn't Listening, Maybe This Can Help, Learning to Read Your Horse. So please join me in welcoming Mr. Tommy Garland.
Outside here, I was thinking, oh, but we got lucky and the weather's good, so we can enjoy this instead of freezing to death. We saw Jessie go for a little ride there. I don't think her horse was listening. She was starting to yell. What we're going to do here, this little gray horse was supposed to be in the morning session. I don't know how many of you saw the morning, okay? Well, he didn't quite get here in time. So I was wanting to work with him first there and then come into here. But what we're going to do is start out with him real quick. The problem she has is getting him saddled, things like that nature. So I'm going to let Jessie work with him for a minute and just do some ground stuff. He's a little nervous, he's not been anywhere before. And let her just work with him here while I help some of the other individuals for a little bit. And then we're going to put the saddle on this horse. She has a problem getting the saddle on him. She can't get one on him and things like that. So we could have a rodeo, who knows? We'll see. That's the one thing with this. When I start these is I get a video on these horses. People send me a little 2-minute video. You see it, you decide whether you want to have in your demo or not. So I try to pick the ones that look like they have a problem and go with it. Because that's how you're going to learn when you see the different problems that individuals have. If you can't capture his nose, here, left, right, straight ahead, you can't control this part either. If a horse is going around like this, you can't control behind the end, the rib cage, or anything like that. So I tell everybody, learn to train the nose. Pretty simple. If I can get the nose to go where I want it, to be soft in my hands, I'm going to be able to get the rest of it to do what I want. Okay? One of the first things I would do with this horse, just looking at it, being there, is we're going to go with the twist, right here. We're going to use a set of scissor snap reins. These reins here, the leather reins with snaps on the end. And we're out here in the big wide open, so we can't really do any bidding. But then I would go with that's a big one over there, isn't it? Kind of makes us look like peanuts. So we're going to get to where we develop his mouth, where we can trap his nose. Okay? I run these reins right through the train fork rein, and when we're finished, we're going to use a German mark-heel on this horse. Now, whenever I put a bit in the horse's mouth, I want it to come up and just touch corners of his mouth. I don't want to put a bunch of wrinkles in his mouth where it's pulling up his head, his mouth is doing this, and he's like, okay? You want it to be comfortable, so I want it to come up and just touch the corners of his mouth. I want him to learn to pick that bit up and hold on to it. That's pretty good. And you're going to watch this horse as we do this more, he's going to learn to hold on to this bit. Be a little quieter in his mouth. The training for it. When I first start out, I'll start it out a little long so that if he gets his head up, what's this do? I can capture his nose and bring it around. When I take his head around, a lot of horses, when you first start this lateral flexion, as everybody calls it, they want to do this. They don't want to drop their nose. What I would like to see him do is drop his nose, come around, and put his head right there at the point of his shoulder. That's when you're going to have lateral flexion. And for him, we'll shorten this up just a couple notches. So that when we pick our hand up, when his head's in the ideal position, right there, see how this gets loose? It's doing nothing. But if he gets his head out of position, it's going to take a hold. Okay? So, that's nice, John. One of the first things going to get away with that. So this is his method of learning how to get away from work. And he'll throw his head up, kick out, like the horse this morning swished its tail. But I'm just driving forward off my inside rein. And we saw that this morning when I was doing the bidding, getting the horse to move off this inside rein. Now see how this circle's smaller this way? The reason for it is this horse doesn't want to be soft. The one this morning, you notice the one direction he didn't want to give to it move away. Well, this is a common mistake, a common problem, is they don't want to drop his nose like this. Get it. There we go. Give me that little bat right there. Now, what we're looking to have happen is we're going around. I want this horse to bring his head to that position and go to the bridle. But see how he pushes up against it? Now, how do we fix that? Through long lining or doing this very thing right here. So I'll tap him on the butt, make him go forward. I'll hold my right hand in this position, and I just teach him to feel the bit and come off of it. So here's the mistakes the problems that you all will end up having. These very things, because this horse is going to try to figure out how to get away from going up to it. Now I want you to notice as we do this more, he's going to get softer and his mouth's going to get quiet. But we're going to keep going forward and we'll keep changing direction. We do a nice little low. But he's got to come off this left side, change direction. Change direction. And I'm looking for him just to drop his head down. When he gives to me, change his direction. You can see how I just keep taking his nose from him. Now, if I was in the big arena, I could show you how we do the bidding at 10 and 2. This would be a perfect thing for this little horse. But right now, we have to ride him through it because we're out here. And we'll just ride him through it. There. Gave to it. When I'm saying he's giving, what he's doing, he's dropping his head down. He's getting softer in his nose and his mouth. See how he's giving his head to me? Look at this. Here we go. Now I'm going to release it. When I release, his head's going to drop down further. Okay, that's the key. Watch. Release, drop the head. Take it. Release, drop the head. Take it. Release, drop the head. Take it. Release, drop the head. Oh. Now how did I know he's going to drop the head? Because him and I had a talk before this. That is a common thing that horses do. When they get soft, I don't care what breed it is, by getting soft. See right there where I can take his nose to the point of his shoulder? That's pretty good. It's not better already. But their thing is, when they're going forward, you get them soft in their face and their nose, like this. If I release and teach them, I can get them to drop their head down. See, he raised up. When I took the rein back from him, the inside rein, how he raised it up, that was not good. We want him just to give it to him. There, that was a good move. Take it, release it. Take it, release it. Take it, release it. And I'll just repeat this 1,000 times. Just change directions. Take it. Don't drop in. Release it. Not to. I made him work. I made him go forward, but I haven't done anything with my hands to scare him and say, keep your head there. It was all in a field. So we're going to take inside rein, make him walk forward, and as he's walking forward, we'll just outside rein. That would be my indirect rein. That's my left hand. We bump, come over, exaggerate, bump, bump. because I want him to drop it there. He dropped his nose, release it. Just change direction.